Evening, everybody. Got out of work. Beautiful night tonight. A little bit of breeze, but not too bad. We're going to take a ride along. Well, here we are down the end of the runway. It's one of them nights where we just wanted to go for a ride. There was very little wind and a beautiful bright blue sky. The smoke has kind of disappeared. We down the runway and hopped her off. We had to go up to Mark and Ann's and get eggs anyway. So I said, well, what the heck? Just take the airplane instead of driving up there. And turned off the end of the runway and kind of headed that way. It's good. You after you've been flying as long as I have, you got a good idea where you're going. But I looked over at that big water tower at Vernon Downs, and I headed right for it. And of course, that took us right over the top of the Adunia golf course here. And you can see they got a little bit of water impounded right there in front of the tire, and there's the road that goes into the golf course. This golf course plays back and forth. Beautiful course. I mean, I used to go over there with a bus when I was driving bus for the nation, and actually took Ron White over there one time. But in any case, beautiful golf course. And they're all well done, but this one is my favorite. This right here in front of us is the overflow parking lot. And they very seldom use that, but they got it there just the same. It berms around it so you can't see it from the course. Heading over to the village of Vernon. Right here, right there in the lower left part of the windshield is the Hood milk plant. And again, the Hood milk plant here, you can see it good with the wing camera. And we're just heading across over toward Vernon Downs over there. And you can see that right in the center of the frame there as we're coming up on Route 5 here at Ward Street. You got the Mason's Yard and the Three Bastards, and you got the Kuhn Farm Equipment there. And, of course, Seneca Plumbing up there a little bit farther up. And right here on the Stoneman Road, you got of course, the racetrack and the casino and the hotel. And not really a super lot of cars there this afternoon, but is what it is. Again, we headed up over Shefferstein's, over the Amish and over Shefferstein's. I've landed right there under the left wing before. Actually, I've landed there quite a few times. And been going up here on the hill, and we were landing across the street from Mark's, and then they planted it to beans, and I don't want to land in the crop and do any damage to anybody's crop. So we're just flying her along here. Got the flaps on, 60 miles an hour, carrying power enough to keep it flying. And we get over the buckbrush here and over the weeds, and we've landed here before. Get over this growth up here, right where there's no brush here. They got the herbicide sprayed on it pretty good. But the nice part about this is it's easy to land here because it's quite a steep little grade. So you land on the bottom of the hill, and you can land and got a couple 100 feet. Got to put the power on to get up on top of the hill up here. Park the airplane, and one of the girls come down with the golf cart and got us, took us up to the house. We visited along with Ann, picked the eggs up, and then as we were going back to the airplane there and getting saddled up, ready to go, the turkeys come down to see what the heck we were doing there. Here we go. We got loaded up, the airplane going there, and you can hear the turkeys talking to us there. And here they are, gentlemen, and we're just watching what's going on. But here we are. They got us taken off. Got some cell phone camera footage there. That was pretty neat. And of course, we got our little handheld camera to catch the shadow on the ground there. I love chasing my shadow like that. That handheld camera does work really nice for stuff like this. But just circled out around, and beautiful night tonight. As you can see, that the smoke is cleared off, and you can see all the way to the horizon. Turkey's still talking to us there. Circled around so that they give us a wave there. Down over the hill here, this is our big marijuana patch. If you would have told me 10 years ago that the town of Vernon was going to have the biggest grow of marijuana this size, I never would have believed it. But here it is, growing good. You can see it's greening right up. They got that white cloth on it to protect it from something. I don't grow marijuana, so I don't know the answer. But we headed back home, and it was the wind wasn't blowing very much. They were calling it 310 at 7, but I know very well it wasn't blowing that hard, because there was some folks that had some campfires going, and the smoke was going right straight up. So, but chasing our shadow over the trees here, and got her slowed right down to the mid 50s there, 53, 54, and again just going right down to our shadow on the ground, and just ever so gently let it plop on there. So hope you guys enjoyed the ride around the block, and stopping up to Mark's to get our dozen eggs.